guys, welcome to another episode of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. Today I'm doing another turntable review for you. This time I'm checking out the H019 turntable from Angels Horn. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you check them out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music playlist that I put together every week, and the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you've enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So if you're unfamiliar with who Angels Horn is, they're a newer turntable company. They've been manufacturing record players and turntables since 2020. It looks like all their turntables are manufactured in China, but their shipping hub is here in the U.S. in California. It's where it looks like most of their business is done here in the U.S. So if you go on their website, it looks like they were a company that was started by an individual who, like a lot of us, were just looking for a quality turntable at an affordable price. I actually did a review, I think it was last year on the channel here, one of the other turntables, and I actually really liked it. I had a couple of really minor issues with it, but overall I thought it was a really good quality turntable for the price they were asking for it. And so I'm looking forward to reviewing this turntable. This is one of those all-in-ones. It's got speakers included in it, and some of them are kind of hit or miss for me. The actual playability of the turntable isn't generally an issue with these kind of turntables. It's generally how they sound, and that's really what I'm interested to see, how this one compares to some other ones that I've used in the past. So if you go on Angels Horn's website, currently this turntable is listed about $230. I think there's like a $30 off coupon that they're running on their website right now. I'm not sure if that's just for the holidays or how long that's going to be good for on the website, but if you go on there, check it out, you can get this turntable for about $200 right now. And just kind of glancing over some of the specs that they put on their website. So they have this listed as an all-in-one turntable, which, it's got speakers included in it. It does have 4 hi-fi stereo speakers. It's got Bluetooth connectivity. It's got an Audio-Technica AT3600L cartridge, which that's like a pretty standard cartridge. That's I would say that's like the base. If you go to buy a turntable and it has anything less than that, or if it's got one of those like red cartridges on there, stay away from it. I think the 3600L is a really solid cartridge. It's going to give a really consistent sound. So that's good to see that's included on there. It's got built-in phono preamp, which is good for a lot of people. If you like a turntable like this and you want to expand it out and have like some external speakers, you can plug this into a stereo receiver, or you can just run through the built-in phono preamp. Runs at 33 and 45 RPM. It does have an auto shutoff, which that's really good. Some of these like cheaper turntables, some of these like lower end, I don't want to say cheaper, some of the more entry level turntables, a lot of them don't have auto shutoff, which is always an added bonus. It does come with a 60-day money-back guarantee also, and I'm really interested to check this thing out. I'm going to unbox this thing real quick, and then I'll put it together and kind of see how it performs. I guess I should add that whenever I do these review videos, regardless of the material that the company sends me, the opinions I express in these videos are always mine and mine alone. I will give you my very upfront, most honest opinion of the products I review. So just like the other turntable I reviewed from Angels Horn, came in nice packaging here. This box actually came inside of a bigger box. There's a little bit of damage on the corner here, but I'm sure it's not going to really affect anything on the inside. So you got the Angels Horn 2-speed stereo turntable. There's the model H019. And then you got on the side here your support information. It's got a 2-speed turntable, solid aluminum die-cast, platter, replaceable stylus, all like your basic stuff on a turntable here. Pop this thing open and see what it looks like. I will add that since this is an all-in-one, there shouldn't be a whole lot of setup to the turntable itself. There's your platter mat there. It comes with an Angels Horn platter mat, and there's your aluminum platter that comes with. I was always kind of, when I was first doing these review videos, I was always a little, I guess, skeptical about the sound quality you get from an aluminum platter like this. Just because if you listen, I was afraid you hear some kind of reverberation that'll come through on the stylus, but you really don't. I've never had an issue with an aluminum platter like this. And that comes with your 45 adapter. It does have a adjustable counterweight on there, and there's your power outlet, which is in the side of the styrofoam here. Comes with a nice dust cover there. It's got the Angels Horn logo. You can see it on the screen there on the dust cover. Looks pretty nice. So before I go into assembling this thing, it's got actually a pretty decent weight to it. I actually thought it was going to be a little bit lighter than it is, so that's good. You got your 45 and 33 RPM knob there, your volume knob, and then on the back side of it, you get your power outlet, your phono and line out. So if you want to use the internal phono preamp, and then you've got an auxiliary line, and then a right and left RCA jack for if you want to do like external speakers with it. So like I said, because this is an all-in-one, there's not a whole lot of setup to it. You're just going to put your aluminum platter on here, spin it around until you see the knob there for your belt. You can pull this. This is actually holding the belt on the bottom side of the platter. So we'll pull this off here, and then stretch the belt around the back side of the spindle there. And after you do that, you always want to make sure you take the platter itself and spin it. Make sure it's not dragging. Make sure it's rotating properly. You want to make sure you've got all your issues figured out before you actually go into using the turntable. And you go ahead and put this nice little platter mat that comes with it on there. So this comes with a adjustable counterweight. So I'll get this all set up here. So basically what you're going to do is you'll slide this on and get the tone arm nice and level. And then the suggested weight for this stylus is 3.5. So I'll get it on there, zero it, and then I'll turn it to 3.5. All right, so now that I've got it to a nice neutral position, I'll go ahead and turn this to 3.5. I never really trust what the counterweight says on these turntables. I've got my own scale. I'm actually going to test this myself and get it to an exact 3.5. We're getting pretty close to it. And these are pretty cheap. You can get these off Amazon for like 10 bucks. You can see it's a little light. It's 3.03, so we'll just bump it up just a little bit. You never want to adjust it while it's on the scale. 3.4, that's probably the closest I'm going to get without spending too much time to get it all dialed in, but that should work for what we're doing. And the other thing I always recommend doing with any new turntable is, even if you think the cartridge looks properly aligned, always use the protractor that comes with it, or you can buy them online, or you can print them also. And just double check and make sure that it's properly aligned from the factory, which, looking at this looks pretty dead on. And I always like to use this trusty little RPM app here to just give me a general idea. Obviously, I don't think this is an exact science to use this app, but it gives me a general idea of whether or not it's true to the 33 1/3 speed here. So we'll go ahead and fire this thing up here. 33.35. I'd say that's pretty darn close. I can get it zoomed in on the camera here. I'd say that's pretty darn close to 33 1/3. It's about the same speed. I think it's maybe just a hair off of what my Fluence RT85 does. So I'd say that this is a pretty good, consistent speed you're going to get on this turntable. And then when it comes to these all-in-one turntables, I always like to use, when I'm testing out the sound quality of it, with these smaller built-in speakers, I always try to use something that's got a little bass to it, so I can see if it's got like a nice full sound to the speaker. So I'm going to use this Naughty by Nature. This is a Vinyl Me Please album I just picked up. We'll go ahead and see how this thing sounds. Of course, because copyright issues, I can't play the sound on the video here, but I'll tell you what I think about it afterwards. So overall, I have to say it sounded really good. For being an all-in-one with these built-in speakers, I made sure I turned the volume all the way up. I wanted to see if the bass in the music would cause any kind of skipping issues with this turntable, and it didn't. I will say the bass wasn't really heavy though, so it was a little light on the bass maybe, but I think for most people out there, that's not going to be really a big issue. This is something, like I said, you can always use external speakers on this if you want to get maybe a little bit of a better sound quality. But overall, I would say this thing sounds really good. I think this would be a really good entry level turntable for somebody that maybe doesn't have a whole lot of space in their house that they want to dedicate to a turntable and a receiver and speakers and a full setup. I think this is, like I said, for the price of it, for like right around $200, $230, I think this is a really good turntable for what you're getting. So overall, I think this is a really good entry-level turntable for somebody that's not looking to spend a bunch of money and doesn't have a whole lot of space to dedicate to a bigger system. You're going to get a good, reliable sound out of this turntable. The cons, I would say that not having a whole lot of bass is kind of a con for me, but I understand that you can't have a whole lot of bass in an all-in-one turntable like that, because then you create skipping issues, which I get. So it's better to have it kind of toned down a little bit. If you want to use this with external speakers down the line, you'll get better bass out of it. But like overall playability of it, you're going to get a really good sound out of this. I will say that I'm down in my basement recording this. I did have to turn it up about halfway to fill the space down here. And once I turned it up past that, there wasn't any kind of noise distortion or anything like that. It's not something that, because it is an all-in-one, it's not something you're going to wake your neighbors up with this turntable. But if you're looking for good sound quality at an entry-level price, something that's better than a Crosley or a Victrola or something like that, this is a good alternative for you. I think another big added bonus for this turntable is that it has an adjustable counterweight on there. So if you want to upgrade the cartridge later on down the line, get a better overall sound out of this turntable, you can adjust it. It's got the built-in phono preamp. You can use external speakers if you want with this turntable. So you can do some modifications to get a better overall sound. And that's why I say I think this is a really great like entry-level turntable for somebody that doesn't want to break the bank. $200 to $230 is a great way to get yourself into vinyl records without using something like a Crosley or a Victrola, something that isn't going to have a really good, reliable sound quality to it. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of this turntable. I've always been kind of skeptical of these all-in-one turntables just because I didn't really, they don't have the best, the best reviews or the best history of sounding really good. I knew because of it's got a good reliable cartridge on there, and because of the experience I've had with Angels Horn before, I was kind of expecting what I ended up getting, which was a good, solid turntable. Is it going to, blow your doors off? Are you going to wake the neighbors up with this turntable? No. But if you're somebody that's looking to get into vinyl records, this is a great way, I think, to do that. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.